Going to go live on Facebook.
All right, sounds good. 6 seconds.
All right, 6. Oh. 6 seconds.
This is business.
Now 0.
6 seconds. No, I'm just kidding.
Right Path Real Estate does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guy that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Tom Perry.
Hot mics.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Right Path Real Estate Radio. 713-785-1817. So sending out a quick email, change of address, multitasking right here. You know, I've got a property management company, and they just sent me a DocuSign. And we just recently moved offices. So just saying, hey, please correct our address on all future, so anyhow, on all future correspondence. So yeah, we actually do real estate. We don't just talk about doing real estate. We actually do it. And what I recognize is, you know, Saturday is December the 1st. What a year 2018 has been. Lots of changes in my life in 2018. I'm really excited about what 2019 is going to offer. You know, but now's the time. What I'll say is I see investors do two things this time of the year. One is they set new goals for 2019. The ones that are successful are starting to do that planning now. And then the second thing that they do, there's actually three things they should be doing. The second thing that they do is they evaluate the results of the last year, because you gotta track and measure what you're doing. Okay, so we've got to finish this real quick. I'm just gonna say please resend. All right, now I'm done with that. All right, so they're looking at new goals for 2019. They're evaluating how did we do. We set goals for 2018. Did we track and measure? And we don't want to get to the end of November, beginning of December, and go, oh man, I didn't even hit 10% of my goals. If you only hit 10%, if you're that far off, you missed it by 10 times, then you got to look at what your goals were. Now, we have people that come to our free event, and we start asking about goals and things like that, and we talk about it even more in our 2-day weekend event that we do once a month. And it's fascinating to me that you'll have some people that will set really super low goals, and then you'll also have people that will set super, super high goals, not knowing what it takes to achieve those goals. And I'm not going to say that somebody can't, go from zero to hero in a year's time, but it'd be a little bit like a peewee football player setting the goal to be in the NFL in 2019. Now, I'm not saying that can't happen. Freak of nature, growth spurt, whatever it is, right? But it's never happened before. And so if I see someone that's working in corporate America or is a Uber or Lyft driver, I'm not knocking Uber or Lyft. I think that's great corporations. Every single Lyft driver that I've ever met has just been, they've had some fascinating stories. They're out there hustling. I mean, I honor their effort. But when I look at someone that's, best year in their entire life ever is making $50,000 a year, and they have no, they're living on more than what they make right now. In other words, they've got to increase their income to quit digging the hole. And then what happens is that they set a goal to make $500,000 a year passively. And we just had a guy came to one of our free events this past month. It was the Thursday before the Thanksgiving week. And this guy set a goal. He wanted to, and we were showing how much money you would need to have in order to have $5,000 a month of passive income. That you needed about $1.5 million in savings, earning 7% a year, assuming inflation is 3% a year. When I said savings, not saving 7% a year, but earning 7% rate of return per year on your investment. If you had $1.5 million invested at 7%, you'd earn about $60,000 a year for the rest of for really the next 20 years. Never run out of money. And I was asking, hey, how much? What's your number? You know, everybody should have a number that I have the freedom to retire at whatever this particular number is. For some people, it's going to be $3,000 a month. For some people, $5,000. For some people, $6,000. You know, our case study for this month is going to be a lady named Moni, and she said that her number is $6,000 a month. That when she hits $6,000 a month, she realizes that she has the freedom at that point to go retirement. Now, doesn't mean that she has to go retirement, but it gives her the freedom. And you know, life looks completely different when all of your monthly needs are met and you don't have to go to work. It doesn't mean that you have to not go to work. Some people like going to work. They like helping other people. They like doing their job, whatever that is. You know, some people like mowing the yard. That's another story. You know, some people like gardening. Some people those are all things that are hobbies. And some people like doing their work as if it's a hobby. They enjoy it as if it's a hobby. Now, if you want to keep doing that, that's fine. But isn't it great when you have choices and you have the freedom to say, yeah, today I want to do it, tomorrow I don't. And that's really what we're about here at Right Path, is changing people's mindset about how far away retirement possibly is. And retirement is nothing more than just having all the financial resources you need to live the kind of life you want to live. And we feel like that real estate, more specifically single-family real estate, is the best vehicle to get you from wherever you are right now to wherever it is that you want to be as a passive income goal. Now, you know, I've given the discussion before that, you know, there's all different types of vehicles that can get you from point A to point B. And oftentimes what happens in life is that they pick the vehicle before they pick the destination. You know, we can figure out where we're starting from. I recently planned a vacation and going to go someplace for New Year's. And where the vacation planning had to start was the destination. It had to start with, where am I trying to get to? Because once I pick that, then the vehicle choice becomes automatic. What if I'd have picked going to downtown Houston to spend New Year's there? And I live in Houston. I live in the west side of Houston. What if I decided, hey, I want to spend New Year's someplace downtown at one of the parties that are going to go on downtown, or maybe in the Galleria area? I'm sure there's going to be some nice parties there. You know, I could have looked and said, hey, I want to spend it right here. Then my vehicle of choice probably would have been an Uber or a Lyft. Or I could have said, hey, you know what? I want to go to Las Vegas. Or I could have said, hey, I want to go to Dallas. I remember one time my family and I, we decided, it was my mom and dad and my brother. I mean, it was a lot, everybody in my immediate family. And we decided to spend New Year's Eve in Dallas. And we decided to go by train. Our family had never really taken a train trip. I mean, not many people travel by train anymore. And back then, in fact, going from Houston to Dallas by train, that trip doesn't even happen anymore. Yeah, actually started at the downtown train station, goes up through College Station, goes all the way up eventually goes to Dallas. And it was fun because it dropped you right off by Reunion Tower, or Reunion Arena, all that little area there, the Reunion Hotel. We were staying at the Reunion Hotel, had New Year's at the Reunion Tower, had dinner there. I mean, it was a great time. But the destination, we had a couple of different choices. We could have gone by plane, could have gone by car, could have gone by train. In other words, how fast do you want to get to your destination? Some people argue that from Houston to Dallas is just as fast by car as it is by plane. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. Depends on what part of Houston and what part of Dallas. But then what do you want to have with you when you get there, right? You know, about year and a half ago or so, we were going to Dallas quite a bit. We were going there pretty frequently, and it made sense at that time to have there was a membership that you could have, like a private service. You didn't own a private plane or anything like that, but it was a membership-based, flat fee, unlimited flights, Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. You just had to fit within their schedule. They were flying a King Air, it's like a startup airline, flying a King Air there.
2 minutes.
You didn't pay per trip. You just paid a flat rate monthly. Go as many times as you want. And what was great about that is you show up to Hobby Airport like 5 minutes before the flight. No security or anything like that. The pilot himself checked your ID. They carried your luggage on board. Oftentimes we were traveling without luggage. Board the plane. Within 5 or 6 minutes, you're in the air. On a King Air, is a little slower than a 737. But when you land, as soon as you land, there's no going and picking up. You know, your luggage was immediately off the plane, and your car was like literally 15 steps from the plane. Now, so end to end, you know, it's not really just how fast you get from point A to point B. It's how fast you get to ultimately the end destination, because the destination is not normally the airport. You're going someplace else. I've gone on trips before that once you get to the nearest airport to where you're going, you're still another. One trip I went on, we actually took a car to get to the airport. Then from the airport, it was like 3 different planes to get to our final destination in terms of which airport we were in, and then it was a bus and a boat to get to the final island that we were going to. Going to spend a week there. So we had a plane, a boat, a car, and a bus, all to get to the final destination. Only thing that wasn't in there is plane, trains, and all. No train was involved. But we're going to talk more about your planning, because we're going to talk about goal setting on the other side of the break. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817.
Mic's off.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling.
Hey, good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Billy. Good morning, Andrew.
Investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or
Morning,
a
Daniel.
rental rehab. No more managing it yourself.
Daniel, it was unusual
No
not
more
to
doing
see
the
you
work
here this
yourself.
morning when I came in.
Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
30 seconds.
Just
Yep.
the sound of that word makes people cringe. At Anderson Advisors, we provide tax reduction through asset protection for real estate investors throughout the country. Our unique philosophy has CPAs, lawyers, bookkeepers, and estate planners with one common goal, helping you, the real estate investor. Check us out today at AndersonAdvisors.com. And don't forget to tell us you heard about us at Right Path Real Estate.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. So we're talking about setting goals. And here's what people need to do is that oftentimes in real estate, they don't know how to attach their goal to result-producing activities. I mentioned yesterday on the radio show that we had a guy just recently at one of our events that his goal was to make $30,000 per flip and do 10 flips, make $300,000 next year. But then the activity that he wanted to do, and I said, what price range do you want to flip houses? And he said, $175,000 houses. And I said, okay, well, let's do the math on this. You know, we know that when we buy houses, one of the things that most investors do already know, one of the first things that we learn as investors is the 70% minus repairs rule. And typically on that 70%, it's 10% for selling costs, it's 10% for holding costs, it's 10% for profit. You subtract out your repairs. So that means if you're going to do a $175,000 house, you're going to make about $17,500 in profit. You're going to do a $120,000 house, you're going to make $12,000 in profit. I want you to think about that. So if your goal is to make $30,000 per house on a flip, but you want to flip $175,000 houses, and 10% of the $175,000 is $17,500, do you see that you've got competing goals? So oftentimes people in life set competing goals. Sometimes people set a fitness goal, for example. They set a goal that, hey, I want to add more leisure time to my life. Like, I want to watch more television. No one's ever actually told me that that's their goal, but I can picture, by people's activity, you can see that apparently is their goal. Because oftentimes people do what aligns with what they want to do, right? Sometimes people don't take a proactive approach to what life is. And so they end up watching 3, 4, 5 hours of TV, and they say, look, I want to lose 5% body fat in the next 90 days. But I also have a goal to watch, from season 1 through, I don't know however many seasons of Game of Thrones has been, that there's been, people say, hey, I hear that Game of Thrones series is a pretty good thing. What I want to do is watch all the episodes of Game of Thrones. Well, how do you do that and not stay off the how do you do that and stay off the couch so that you can hit your fitness goals? So oftentimes what happens is we don't have very clear goals, or if we were to set a goal, it's so big and so grandiose we don't know. It's not like, hey, I want to eat an elephant. It's like, I want to eat a whole herd of elephants in the next 30 days. And it's like, wait a second, is that even realistic? And is that really what you want? Because it's one thing to say, hey, I want to make $1 million a month passively. But why? Why that number? I mean, why is it that number? How much is enough for you to live the lifestyle that you want to live? So Glenn's asking a question, what's the best way to log in on Facebook on my laptop to watch the live feed? Yeah, all you got to do is, Glenn, go to your Facebook, go to fb.com/Right Path Real Estate, and you should see, just scroll through, and then the first, it's in chronological order on the feeds, and our live feed will be one of the first ones up on top. You got to go through the, go below where the main page is, but just fb.com/Right Path Real Estate. And you should be able to see it right there. So hopefully that helps. So for those of y'all that are listening to terrestrial radio, you might have just like, wait, what's going on? So people can call in and ask questions that way, 713-785-1817, or people also will put questions or interact on Facebook, like I'm monitoring my laptop right now, watching the live feed. People can ask a question. I'll answer it on the air for the people on Facebook and the people on terrestrial radio. So I've got one person that's got a goal that they want to be able to buy enough houses over the next 5 years that they can replace their income. And I said, well, how much would that take to replace your income? And they said, well, I make about, let's say $8,500 a month. And here's the great thing about real estate is that if you want to replace an $8,500 a month income, which is about, let's call it $100,000 a year. If you want to replace that kind of income, it doesn't take $8,500 a month passively coming in to replace that income because the tax structure in real estate is different. So what you got to recognize is that one of the ways that you make money in real estate that's different than make money at your job is that, let's say that I have a $150,000 house. And if you want to learn more about this example, I'm going to go through it kind of quickly. But if you want to learn more about this example, just go to rightpathrealestate.com. and click the Y Real Estate, and it'll pop up the $150,000 example. But you buy a house for $150,000, you put $30,000 of your money down, you finance the other $120,000. So it's an 80-20. You're putting 20% down, they're financing the other 80%. And some people I can hear, but Tom, when I bought my house, I only had to put 3% down. Yeah, that's fine. On your own personal residence, lending and underwriting requirements are different. Oftentimes on a commercial note, or when you're going to buy, this is not just buying one house and you're done, or not just buying 5 houses and you're done, but this is like you want to buy 10, 15, 20 houses or more. But Tom, I don't want to manage that many houses. Me neither. I want to own that many. I don't want to manage them. What I want to do is I want to hire professional management, somebody that's a real 10 at that. So that's what we do. So, put 20% down, finance the other 80%. Your principal, interest, tax, and insurance with current interest rates, assuming reasonable credit, all that. This is in the lowest number, but let's say it's 6%. So 6% on principal, interest, taxes, it should say on principal and interest, and then add in taxes and insurance. It's going to vary based on where you live. But let's say it's $1,050 a month. And then throw in another $50 a month for, vacancy or miscellaneous, whatever, right? That's $600 a year. And then also throw in another $100 a month for management. $1,200 a year for management. So all in, we're at $1,200 a month in expenses. And let's say it rents for $1,500 a month. Now you're making $300 a month positive cash flow. And nothing fancy about that. Now imagine you had 20 of those. Now you're at $6,000 a month. Well, that $300 a month, here's what's beautiful about it, is that the federal government gets to say that this piece of property depreciates over time. You've got to replace some things in it. That it has a life expectancy of 27 and a half years. So you can take that $150,000 house, divide by 27.5, rough math, come up with about $5,800 a year in deductions. We already get to expense the interest, the taxes, the insurance, those kind of things. Your principal reduction in the first several years is not that much. So what ends up happening is you get to write off about $5,800, and you're bringing in $300 a month, which is $3,600. So that income is essentially tax-free. So imagine you have 20 rental houses, bringing in $6,000 a month. And I would bet that if you look at what is your net check after you make $8,500 a month, after FICA and FUTA and SUTA and your federal withholding and all those different taxes come out of your income, are you even netting $6,000 a month? So all that's to say that you don't have to make as much off of rental properties as you're earning in a W-2 job to replace your income. So let's start with that as the first goal. Not that we're a huge fan of you quitting your job. So, I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I'm not anti-employee. You know, I've seen so many different, you know, whether they're network marketing people or real estate folks or things like that, they prey on the fact that people hate their job. And I would say not everybody does. And I'm an employer. I have people that work for me. Thank goodness for employees. I'm glad that there's people out there that love working for someone else. Otherwise, you wouldn't ever be able to build a business. If everybody wanted to be independent, wanted to work for themselves, be their own boss. In fact, what I'll say is not everybody's cut out to be their own boss. I recently had a conversation with a guy. I was looking to hire somebody new. And I thought of someone, you know, I've got a pretty large network, and I always like to hire from within people I know already or people that are referred from people that I know already. And I thought of this particular guy that I know is always kind of, you know, just kind of maintaining. He'll have a good month and then an okay month and then a bad month. And so it averaged out to just okay. Just month after month after month okay. And what I recognize is if somebody can do what they're a 10 at day in and day out, and I realize there's a particular skill set that this guy has that would benefit our company, that he's a 10 at that, and all the things that he's not a 10 at, he could offload that onto other employees that we have that are 10s at those components, and he could be part of a business and be more successful as part of a larger organization than he can be independent. And it reminds me of a story that I'll share on the other side of the break about giving up show business. So, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Start with the end in mind. Your immediate end in mind is to stay tuned through the break. I'll be right back. Thanks for staying tuned.
Mic's off.
Banana, banana. I'll be right back. 4 minutes?
Okay.
4 minutes?
Yep, 4 minutes.
All right.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
Hi, Clint Coons here, attorney and avid real estate investor. You know the greatest mistake real estate investors make is not understanding the potential liability that exists from owning real estate. At Anderson Business, Legal, and Tax Advisors, we specialize in protecting real estate investors in all 50 states. In addition to structuring your business for optimum protection, we provide guidance so you pay the least amount of taxes available under the law. We have 150 employees that range from lawyers to CPAs to estate planners and much more. Download our free ebook, The Invisible Investor Strategy, today at AndersonAdvisors.com or call for a free risk reduction analysis and financial blueprint at 800-706-4741. Anderson Business Advisors will help you keep more of what you earn. Call us today at 800-706-4741 and mention Right Path Real Estate.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832
All right, we're coming back.
9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
Hot mic.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. Man, just got an awesome text. I don't even know if she oftentimes is on here listening. But she says, hey, this lady texted me. She said, I typically work on Saturdays, but I'm getting baptized this weekend and have family coming from out of town, so wanted to take this Saturday off. She said, I'll get all my tasks done on Friday, just a heads up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what great news. So I love getting texts like that. That's unbelievable. So congratulations. I won't put her out on Front Street, give her a name or anything like that, but yeah, that's great news. Anyhow, back to goal setting. Man, I don't know how to follow that up, because what's more important than that? I mean, that's really, in the grand scheme of things, nothing matters more than that. So, however, on this earth, what I recognize is that not everybody values money the same way. And what I'll tell you is, when I look at a guy, look at a guy like Bob McNair, the owner of the Houston Texans that just passed away. And here's a guy that, did not grow up, wealthy. He's not somebody like, other people that I grew up in a high school where there were a lot of wealthy kids. I mean, their dads had done extremely well. My dad didn't do bad. I mean, he did well. But I mean, some of these just on a whole nother level. I mean, one of the guys that I went to high school with, his dad owned the New Orleans Saints. I mean, so you can just imagine. I mean, and so his dad had done extremely well and all that, but Bob McNair didn't grow up that way. And here's a guy that just came up with the right upbringing. His dad always said, you can't go wrong always doing the right thing, and he just really patterned his life after that. And first couple of businesses didn't succeed, and then when he finally made it in life, financially speaking, because let's face it, he had made it well before, in terms of character and integrity and things like that. But in life, if you're measured by financially, he didn't really make it until almost 20 years of failure. And what's interesting is people don't oftentimes know you. Your network is smaller when you're failing than when you're succeeding. And his network obviously grew, and he's helped a lot of people. In fact, it's reported that he's given away over $500 million I want you to just think about that for a minute. Now, I know that money isn't everything, but it is a tool. Like a hammer is a tool. You know, a hammer can be used to build things. It can also be used for destruction. But the hammer itself is not good or bad. It's just a tool. And I want people to realize that money's the same way. Money's nothing more than a tool, just like a hammer is. And it can be used for good things, or it can be used for bad things. Money doesn't make you who you are. It just reveals what kind of character you have. So what I want you to recognize is that through Right Path, we want to teach you how to grow your wealth and grow your income so that you can fulfill the purpose you have in your life. One of the things I know that people don't focus on, and this is important this time of year, we're coming up into January. In fact, Saturday is December 1st. We're just 31 days from the new year come Saturday. What does everybody do around New Year's? Set new goals, New Year's resolutions. 2019 is going to be different. What's going to be your goal for 2019? Are you going to have a fitness goal? Are you going to have a health goal? Are you going to have a relationship goal? Are you going to have a spiritual goal? Are you going to have a financial goal? Oftentimes people get to the end of 2018 and they look back and they go, I didn't accomplish most of what I wanted to do. I'm not where I wanted to be in 2018. When I was going into 2018, I thought I'd be in a different place. And there's two areas that we can look. One is, what were your goals? In other words, what were you shooting for? Think of a goal as nothing more than a target that you got a bow and arrow that you're going to shoot at. What are you aiming at? Because oftentimes, be careful what you're aiming at. Sometimes I feel like people go through life, they got a cocked bow and arrow, and somebody puts blindfolders on them and spins them around about 10 or 15 times so they're all wobbly and can't hardly stand up, and then it's like fire, ready, aim. And you get to the end of the year and you're not where you want to be, and no wonder. No wonder. And guess what? You hit exactly what you were aiming at. But what you were aiming at wasn't by design, just where you just happened to be facing at the time. And what will happen is that if you set a strong goal, in other words, you want to have a goal that causes you to wake up in the morning. I know some people just kind of drag out of bed in the morning because they're not excited about what they're doing. They're not excited about their plan for the day. And their plan for the day is driven by what their goal is. And some people don't have the right goals. I have to say, I wake up in the morning and I'm excited about the day because I'm excited about the difference that I'm making in other people's lives. I'm excited that I'm able to help someone accomplish their purpose. I'm excited when I can take someone like Moni and, she thinks she's 20-something years away from retirement. And she's giving me a hug, just a hug of thanks, saying, you know what? Oh my gosh, life looks so different now. When I realize that I'm not 20 years away, I'm like less than 2 years away from retirement. Think about how excited you'd be if you could make a difference in someone's life like that. Not just that, imagine how excited you'd be when you realize that, oh my gosh, what I thought was 20 years out there is now only 2 years out there. And it's not about working harder. It's not about, normally to accomplish something that would take 20 years and to do that in 2 years, normally what that looks like is a lot more effort. How much more I hate 10x it, dude. No, it's like, you know what? When you're working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, you can't work 10 times more hours. You can't work 120 hours in a day. It's just physically impossible. In fact, so oftentimes in life, what happens is we don't really have a good gauge, because we've never done it before, of how long something's really going to take or how much it's really going to cost to accomplish. I was reading an article this morning about the news, and Fox News is getting ready to start a new subscription service and they're going to talk about different things in America. And one of the first episodes is going to be about Mount Rushmore. And they were talking about that, the whole idea of Mount Rushmore just started as somebody's dream, right? To honor the first 150 years of our country, what our country accomplished, and really who were the men that without these guys, the United States of America really wouldn't be what it is. And so, originally it looked like it was going to take like 7 years and $500,000 to do Mount Rushmore. To build it, the whole thing. That's what the estimate was. $500,000 in 7 years. And that was in, that day's dollars, right? What ended up happening is it actually cost $1 million, and it took 14 years. Twice as much time and twice as much budget. In fact, oftentimes in business, they say, hey, build your spreadsheet, build the business on paper first. If you've never done that, that's one of the things that we teach in Right Path Real Estate is building a real estate investing business. Because for most people, they don't want to just flip one house. And if you don't go into the house flipping business or the house wholesaling business thinking of it like a business, you will fail. What will happen is you'll do 3 or 4 deals and you will not make the kind of money that you thought because you haven't accounted for all the expenses. And that's one of the reasons why so many people in real estate investing fail. We get great success with our students because we teach all the different components. There's 8 different modules that you need to master in order to be successful in real estate investing. If you're doing it on the active side, there's 2 sides to real estate investing. There's the active side and then there's the passive side. We teach both. In fact, what we recognize, there's 4 ways to make money in real estate. You can buy and hold. You can buy, fix, and flip. You can wholesale a house, which is basically flipping the contract. You get a property under contract, and then you sell the right to buy. You have an equitable interest in that property once you contract it. And you can sell that equitable interest. You can sell the ability to buy the property at the price that you contracted. First property that we ever wholesaled, I got a property under contract for $70,000. And I turned around, and without closing on the property, I marketed the property for sale. Basically, how I did that is I didn't put it on MLS. I didn't blast it out to a list. I called 3 people that I knew that closed on a lot of properties. And I basically said, hey, in the condition that it's in, go out, take a look at the property, do your comps, figure out what you think the property is worth all fixed up, figure out what you think your repair number is, what's the value of the property to you in the condition it's in. Because I've already done that work, but I don't want to do that work for you because you're not necessarily going to believe my numbers. One of the first questions they asked me, well, what do you think it's worth when it's finished? I'm like, I could tell you that. I mean, it'd be real easy. I've already done that work, but you're not going to skip your step. That's not going to save you any time. And then the second thing they asked me was, well, what do you think the rehab number is? And I'm like, again, I've done that homework. I've come up with what I think my number is. But again, if I give you my number, you're not going to say, oh, now that he's giving me, I'll skip the step of coming up with, no, you're still going to come up with your own number. Now, those are 2 of the first skill sets. If you want to be a real estate investor, those are 2 of the first skill sets you've got to be able to master. One is determining what's the property going to be worth after it's fixed up. And number 2, what's the repair number that it's going to take to get it from A to B. We teach both of those skill sets here at Right Path. And that's whether you're going to buy and hold, whether you're going to buy, fix, and flip, whether you're going to wholesale. You got to learn those 2 skill sets. And then the next thing you got to learn is how to calculate your holding costs. Next thing you got to learn is what do you want to make in profit. And then you back into, this is what I can offer on the house. Hey, you're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817. On the other side of the break, quickly, I'm going to walk you through a house that I went and looked at yesterday and how I came up with the numbers. Right Path Real Estate. Stay tuned.
Mic's off.
Hello, real estate
I'll be right back.
investors. Do you need a lender
Okay.
that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties, Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
This is Business 1110.
All right, hot mics.
Hey, welcome back. Right Path Real Estate Radio, 713-785-1817, 713-785-1817. So I want to tell you just briefly about yesterday. So I got a lead on a guy that wants to sell a house. He's about 6 months behind in his mortgage. I was not doing it's not a pre-foreclosure list or anything like that. One of the things that we teach that's different is we don't teach how to market for motivation. We teach how to market for assets that you want to buy. So anyhow, this guy, 6 months behind in his mortgage, owes maybe $40,000. You know, first thing that I've got to do is what's the house worth if it's all fixed up? Because the house is not retail ready. In fact, I mean, guy's living in a house and he doesn't even have electricity in the house. So I walked through the house, had my flashlight, looking at everything. I mean, obviously, if he can't afford electricity, he's not affording his mortgage. He's not affording to maintain the house. So all those things are issues. So his bathrooms need updating, the kitchen needs updating, there's a lot of deferred maintenance, et cetera, et cetera. So the first thing I have to determine, so it's a neighborhood that's it's out in Crosby in more, kind of a rural area where most of the lots are, bigger lots, 13, 14, 16,000 square feet. There's houses in there that have sold for as little as $78,000 fixed up for real small houses and as much as like $165,000. And there's not a lot of activity in the area. So there's not a huge demand for that area. Not a lot of people buying and selling in that area. So it's hard to comp. So I get real conservative in that situation. I figured out that I think the house is probably worth $115,000 all fixed up. Well, then I start backing out. If I sell a house for $115,000, 10% for selling costs and 10% for holding costs and 10% for profit, and I subtract out the construction costs, and it's about a 1,400 square foot house, and I think it's about a $20 a foot rehab.
2 minutes.
So now I'm at $28,000. So I keep backing out. I finally get to where, hey, I'm at about $52,000 as an offer price, and I feel confident at that. What I can't control is whether he takes it or not. All I can do is present. And that's one of the keys that people have to recognize. This is really about farming, not about hunting. And we want to teach you how to be successful. We want to teach you how to be successful farmers in real estate investing. In fact, buy, fix, and flip is one way you make money. Buy and hold is another. Wholesaling is a third, and being the lender. We teach all four of those. If you've ever thought about, hey, what would it look like for me to be successful in real estate? Why don't you come check out our free wealth and income workshop? We're doing one this evening. I'll be speaking personally. You get to pick my brain. I've bought, fixed, and flipped, wholesaled, or kept for buy and hold over 500 houses in the last 5 years. It's a combination of all three of those strategies that I've used. I've even sold a couple of seller finance.
1 minute.
Although I had a student call me yesterday and said, hey, you mentioned on the radio about doing seller finance. What would you do? And I got to know a situation, and you know what? He was about ready to embark on a bad plan. So don't take the information that I give you out of context. There's always a context. Listen to the context. In fact, if he hangs on to these properties over the next 5 years, he'll grow his net worth. Just 2 properties he wanted to sell as seller financing. He'll grow his net worth over $100,000 in 5 years. Yeah, why sell the goose that's going to lay the golden egg? Oftentimes people can have what looks like a really good plan, but when you don't work it out all the way to the end and understand there's a cost for doing something and there's a cost for not doing something, we're going to help you weigh the cost of doing versus not doing real estate. Come take a look. It's free of charge. Go to rightpathrealestate.com, go to the events tab, register for tonight's event. It'll be here at 6. Starts 6:30, ends at 7:30. You'll be done. Take a look. You owe it to yourself. Have a blessed day. I'll be here tomorrow. Right Path Real Estate Radio. Thanks for listening.